Welcome to Stories and Songs, a series of interviews with musicians from the world of jazz and improvisation. I'm Sophia Carbonara, and it's my great pleasure today to be talking to Selma Savolainen. Hi, Selma.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. My first question for you, what have been the pivotal events in your musical journey?
Um, well, I started playing classical piano as a kid, and I remember going to this music camp for children when I was 11. It was 10-day long camp in here in Finland, and it was for pop and jazz music, so not classical. And we had band rehearsals every day, and that was the first time I got to play with other people, because since then I had only played alone, and that was like groundbreaking moment for me to get to play with other people and communicate through music and realize how fun music can be. And well, that's how I started playing not only classical music. And then around 16, when I was 16, I remember being in this place where I had to decide whether I start um, practicing seriously and sort of like aiming for this career of professional musician, and a professional musician, this guitar player here in Helsinki, told me that I was doing all right, and the things that I was practicing and how I was doing it, it was all worth it. And he saw something in me, like he saw the potential, and he said that I was doing okay. And that was also like another kind of shift to somewhere where I started sort of like trusting my own abilities. And later on, I got to uni and got to study music. And while I was in university here studying jazz, I got accepted to Betty Carter's Jazz Ahead, and also to Banff workshop. And both of those, they were very different in terms of like teaching and what we were playing, but both of them made me realize that I belong to this community of musicians around the world, playing this Black American music and improvised music, and I felt like that was maybe for as a professional musician, that has been sort of like the base for me to place myself in this like community and this world of musicians. And yeah,
That's
those are some
beautiful.
pivotal moments for me.
That's beautiful. I love it. I totally believe the creative music community is a global community, and that's so wonderful.
Mm,
And so it's so good for you to
yeah.
be here. My second question for you, what obstacles have you had to overcome during your musical life, and how have you dealt with them?
Mm. Um, well, while I was studying, I had this idea of sort of like, I felt that I had to know a lot of things before I could make my own music, or um, make space for me. And that idea of pushing myself into these different directions, and and sort of like getting all these different talents, or or, or like know-how things. Like I know how to arrange for a big band. I know how to write choral, a style of voice leading, or whatever. Like these different abilities, which didn't maybe even interest me that much, but sort of like um, getting credit for knowing all these things was well, very stressful and sort of like burning me out, and realizing that, that even though I don't know everything about music, I can still make my own music. There's still worth in what I have to say. and that has been an idea that I've been like going back and forth. Like every time I feel tired or worn out, I realize that I start getting these ideas of maybe I should just learn more to be able uh to shine more, and people will see me. And yeah, so that has been sort of like something that I've been thinking about a lot, especially after getting out of school, because now no one's demanding anything of me, which is nice. Also in school, I felt that, I guess this is like very typical for music students to go through, but like thinking about who am I doing this for? What's the sort of like purpose of me doing music? Is it for me, or is it for the audiences, or the teachers, or journalists, or whoever? Like sort of like getting the direction going to the right way was very important. Also, like thinking of my instrument, which is voice. It's the sort of like I have had a lot of different kinds of like how do you say, sort of like mm, I don't know, maybe it comes with when you think about female voice, uh, there are certain adjectives that might come to your mind, like angelic, or you're aiming higher constantly with your voice, because when you sing higher, it's the highest. It's like you're a good singer, like Mariah Carey, or or something like that. And there are these like weird ideas that you aren't necessarily conscious of, that I've had to sort of like go through with my own voice, which is a lower one, and which has these different uh, colors and shades, and sort of like accepting my own way of singing. It has been hard when it comes to my gender. Like it's hard to explain even that like tanglement that's there.
That's so interesting, and I mean, I love your voice. So I hope anybody who watches this and listens to some music also can hear how amazing your voice is. So it's so interesting and powerful to hear about your relationship with it. My third question for you: do you have a motto or personal philosophy that guides you, or what advice would you share with younger musicians?
Well, um, well, I want sort of like because I'm someone who tries to plan a lot, and that's my way of controlling things, that I have plans and I'm ready to go. So my philosophy for like career, or sort of like for this longer periods of time, I want my life and music to surprise me as much as it can. And yeah, keeping things open and being ready for things to come has been the best way for me to live and play music with other people.
So that's so beautiful. Love that. My last question for you: could you nominate a song or album that of your own creation that holds particular significance or meaning, and just share like what that means to you and how that music came to be, and for us to listen to and enjoy?
Yeah, I want to nominate "Intense Ways to Recover." It's a song on Horror Vacui, my latest album, which was released in May, and it's the opening title of that album. And it's a hard topic. It's about childhood trauma, like living in this family of alcohol problems and being scared in your own home. But then it rotates into this mantra of that I'm saying that I will recover. Like there's hope for me, and I want to recover, and I will recover. And I really wanted to sort of like create this song where it's sort of like it's a cycle that it feels like there's no way out, but then there's a way out of that. And there's a line that I sing, which goes, it's all in my voice, it's all in my voice, and it is my choice, oh rejoice. And every time I'm singing that, I feel that like, yes, like I'm giving myself the place to have all that in my voice, and it feels really good.
I love Intense Ways to Recover, and I hope anybody who listens to it, because I love that section. Absolutely, the rejoice. I might listen to it right after this. I love it. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for your wisdom, Selma.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.